Chapter 4 is about anatomy. Not what a C program does, but what it is made of, and how the pieces fit together. We start with the single source file. A well-organized C file has 9 parts, and they come in this order. 1. A file header comment saying what the file is for. 2. Standard library includes. 3. Your own projects includes. 4. Macros and constants. 5. Type definitions. 6. Function prototypes. 7. File scope variables, which you should use sparingly. 8. Main. And 9. The function definitions themselves. Most files do not have all 9, plenty have 5 or 6. But the ordering is remarkably consistent across real C code, and once you have read a handful of files that follow it, you can open a stranger source file and know roughly where to look for the thing you want. Here are the first 5 parts, filled in. The header comment first, what the file is for, who wrote it, when. Then standard library includes, in angle brackets, which tells the preprocessor to search the system include directories. Then your own project's headers, in double quotes, which tells it to look next to your source file first. Keeping those two groups separate is pure convention, but it is one worth following, because at a glance a reader can see what your file depends on from outside and what it depends on from inside. Then macros and constants, in uppercase by tradition. Then your type definitions, here a struct holding an x and a y, given the name point with typedef. Everything on this slide is preparation. Not one line of it produces any machine code. Parts 6, 7, and 8. Prototypes come next, declarations of the functions this file defines, each giving the name, the return type and the parameter types, with a semicolon where the body would go. Then file scope variables, point count here, and I will keep saying it, use those sparingly. Then main. Now look at what main is able to do. It calls print point, and it calls distance, and neither of those functions has been defined yet. Their bodies are further down the file. That works only because the prototypes at the top already told the compiler what they look like. Notice too that both prototypes and the file scope variable are marked static. That is not about lifetime here. At file scope, static means private to this file, and it is one of the most valuable habits in C. We give it a whole lesson later in this chapter. And finally the definitions, with their bodies, in whatever order reads best. That freedom is the entire point of putting prototypes at the top. Without them, C would force you to define every function before anything that calls it, which means writing your file bottom up, with the most trivial helper first and main right at the bottom. With them, you write it top down, main near the top, where a reader looks first, and the details underneath. The 9-part order is not enforced by the language. Put things wherever you like and the compiler will not object. But it is enforced by convention, and it rests on one rule that genuinely is hard: a name must be declared before it is used. Everything else about the layout is just arranging your files so that rule never gets in your way.